Going over to the business blunder of the day, you have a child swing recalled due to having a degree greater than a 10%, or 10 degrees rather. Now, this is specifically infant swing called Jewel Baby. Now, I did a little bit of research. They do not, in fact, Juul is in terms of they're not smoking the vaping pen. That would be another company that sounds similar. It's also called Juul, but they're spelled differently. This is Jool. So, for record, they are actually not using the little vaping pens. Now, it looks like Jewel Baby is recalling more than 63,000 infant swings that were sold at Walmart and online because they allegedly pose a suffocation risk. It's noted that, again, this is thanks to CBS News, they note that the swings violate federal law as they are designed and marketed for infant sleep while having an inclined angle exceeding 10 degrees. It's fascinating. You never realize how many laws there are. It seems like you can't go a day without breaking them. Now, again, I had no idea there's a federal law. You can't have a little swing or, I don't know what you call it, a bassinet or other kids sit in these days. It can't be greater than 10 degrees. Now, they note that Joe Products sent a recall post notice posted by the Consumer Protection and Safety Commission. The swing also doesn't include a mandatory warning regarding sleep. They need a mandatory warning. So you need a little piece of paper to clarify how a child should sleep. Interesting. I can't fathom how did they manage 100 years ago without a little extra piece of tag telling them how a child's supposed to sleep? Well, oh man, must have been terrible. Now, they also say that the recall involves Jewel Baby's Nova Baby infant swings, which are manufactured from June 2022 through September 2023, which can be found on the sewn-in warning label on the back of the child's swing seat. So they did sew in that one label, but not the other. They also note that it's not very aesthetically pleasing. I don't know who designed this. It's mostly gray, and they say it is gray and about 28 inches long and 19 inches wide and 24 inches high. The swing have a round aluminum base with music buttons on the front, a metal seat frame, a cloth seat with restraints and a headrest. The product also has a canopy with hanging toys. And they can actually clarify a yellow moon, a blue cloud, and a pink star. What? Stars are not pink. And the cloud looks like a banana. Again, I'm not sure who was in charge of designing this thing, but not only did they break the law, but they actually made it look almost comical. Gray with a banana moon and a pink. And clouds are, I was going to say, aren't clouds more white than anything else? The sky is blue. Are they trying to insinuate the cloud is sad? And his tears are sadness? It's not very happy for a child's toy now, is it, Jewel? Now, they note that the swings are also sold at Walmart stores, the retailer's website, as well as, looks like JewelBaby.com, as well as Amazon.com, Babylist.com, Target.com, and is sold through September 2022 and November 2023 for $150. Jeez Louise, that's a pretty penny. They also note that consumers who have the swings should immediately stop using them for sleep and contact the company for a free repair kit, including new written instructions, up-to-date product warnings, a new remote control, and a new hanging plush toys with non-sleep themes. I guess because they want to insinuate, it's not technically made for sleeping anymore. Kind of like how Q-tips aren't legally used to clean your ears. That's why they have the big warning label on the box of Q-tips saying, don't use this thing, specifically made for the thing you're supposed to be doing it. Don't do that anymore. So now they say is going to get the new sleep toy things that are hanging. It's going to be a sun, a cloud, and a raindrop. Which I'm surprised they didn't just change it to fruit, because the one thing looks like a banana. It does not look like the moon. I mean, it's straight up yellow, but nevertheless, it looks like they changed the toys to insinuate, maybe you're not supposed to technically let the kids sleep in here. It's just for them to hang out for a couple of minutes. Now, let's see here. Looks like the production of the recalled Jewel Baby swings were made in China began a month after President Joe Biden signed the Safe Sleep for Babies Act. But before it took effect in November 22, the legislation prohibits the sale, manufacture, or distribution of inclined sleepers for infants and crib bumpers. What? So they can't sleep anymore. They note that infants should sleep on their back in cribs or bassinets and not with blankets, stuffed toys, pillows, or bumpers, public officials have emphasized, or long emphasized, mind you. Now, the sad part is, this is unrelated though. So they're saying a different topic or a different product made by a different company. You had a baby pillow that was linked to some deaths, which of course is heartbreaking. It should never happen. But again, it sounds like I'm not sure enough of the pillow. I don't think the parents would be involved more. Or I don't know the circumstance of that particular recall or what it was. But yeah, it looks like this company was recalled. Again, it's one of those. Now, I guess for the specific recall for this crib, the silver lining, if you squint hard enough in life, I like to say you can find it. I mean, the silver lining is no one has passed away from this product. So they're ahead of the situation. Now, granted, my 3 cents. It used to be 2 cents, but 40-year hyperinflation, gotta be 3 cents. I mean, my 3 cents is, again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not giving advice and legally all that kind of stuff. But, like, I can't help but think, what are the odds this actually is bad for the kid or anything actually happens? Again, they specifically also note, again, no injuries, no deaths have been related to the Juul baby swings have been recorded. They note that they fall under the general product category of inclined sleepers for infants that were banned for more than a year after there were some deaths by other manufacturers and other designs. So again, I've never heard of a recall for this. Again, they've been around for so long. Now, truth be told, small sample size in terms of the data. I'm not actually going out and looking at these products. But again, it's still business blunder. They still had a recall. It's going to cost them a lot of money. And of course, it's not good for the brand. I do think it's funny they're changing out the shapes. Because again, I guess legally they're going to say it's not technically for sleeping. That's why we changed out the banana moon and the pink star and the blue cloud. But again, good parents are usually pretty conscientious. I make sure everything that the child ever touches or uses is especially safety oriented. And in this case, it seems to be a mixture of safety as well as political in terms of what the company should have kept their eye on the ball in that regard. But again, at the end of the day, they have their name in the headlines. The parents are going to be concerned because again, it has a word recall. They broke the law. So at the end of the day, thankfully, no one was hurt from the specific product recall. They got ahead of themselves. Now, again, I don't think the odds are they think are bad, but nevertheless, still having their name in the headlines, not looking great, having to recall and pay for all that, having the brand damage of having the swing being deemed by the government it's not safe. That is still the business blunder of the day. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, we're trying to get 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a thumbs up or a thumbs down or a comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.